Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Modern Warfare 3 In-Depth. I gotta ask you, how'd you like the new intro? It was a fan-made intro by 01 Logger. If you like it, I'll keep using it. If not, I'll go back to the old one. I just thought that since the series is officially over and all these new episodes are kind of offbeat topics or things that have been putting off for a super long time, that it would be interesting to change things up a bit and go with that new, really cool intro. Anyway, today's episode is all about the Recon Drone. Yes, the support streak, the Recon Drone. I'm going to encourage you guys, especially those of you that work in a team, to use this kill streak more because it is extremely powerful, and I don't see nearly enough of them online compared to what I should see, considering I know you guys like all the cheap stuff, the FMG9s and the Type 95s. I see plenty of that, but I don't see enough Recon Drone, which is crazy because even a two-man party can tear up ass with a Recon Drone. The Recon Drone is a 10-point strike package reward in the support kill streak, and what it does is it allows you to spawn onto the map and remotely control one of these flying helicopters. Anything that you put inside those green crosshairs, or any enemy for that matter, you can tag, and when they're tagged they show up on the map as a red dot on the radar, but they show up constantly. You can watch all the little red dots move around. It's not like the UAV that sweeps every 3 seconds or 2 seconds depending on how many you have called in. This one is a constant red dot, so you always see the enemy's location. One really cool thing is that if you're running advanced UAV at the same time as the Recon Drone, when you tag somebody they show up with the arrows that indicate the direction they're looking, so it's about like getting a Call of Duty Black Ops Blackbird. Another cool thing is that they're constantly tagged. I mean, they're always tagged. You tag them, they're tagged for good. They never get untagged until they die. What makes the Recon Drone so powerful is that nothing can protect you from it. Even if you're running a pure stealth class, which is Blind Eye Pro, Assassin Pro, and Dead Silence Pro with all silenced weapons and a throwing knife, if you get tagged by the Recon Drone, you're still going to show up on the minimap just like everybody else, no matter if you have Assassin or Blind Eye or anything, you're still going to be there. The only thing that those perks help you do against the Recon Drone is they make you harder to spot. The Recon Drone, for enemies that don't have any sort of stealth perks, they get these little red arrows above your head, which I'm sure you've seen plenty of here, and it makes it very easy for me to spot them all over the map and tag them. The other guys running their Blind Eye and Assassin and that sort of stuff, I can't see them as well, so they're much harder to tag. However, once you tag them, they still show up on the map and there's no protection from it. Even if you shoot down the Recon Drone, you're tagged until you die. You're tagged until you die. If somebody calls in an EMP and takes out everything, as soon as the EMP fades away and is over, your ass still shows up on the minimap if you haven't died. Very powerful kill streak. It slices, it dices, and it has a built-in fax machine, but that's not all with the Recon Drone. It also has a built-in scrambler. If you get close to the enemy or hover above them, you completely scramble their radar and screw them up pretty bad. I'll admit that the scrambling radius on this kill streak is fairly small, but it's got so much going on. I mean, it's got everything in the kitchen sink in it. They just decided to throw this in there anyway. I kind of wish it didn't have the scrambler, because oftentimes when I see my radar getting scrambled like that, I know somebody's flying around a Recon Drone. One of the most beneficial things the Recon Drone does is when you tag somebody, they get flash, similar to the flashbang effect. So as soon as you tag somebody, they instantly slow down, their screen gets wobbled, their aim gets screwed up, they get audio flash, visually flash, and they can't see what's going on. This can save your teammate's life, sometimes more than actually tagging them on the radar. Like if your teammates are all around an objective and the enemies are flooding in, you can just fly over there and tag 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe the whole team, so they're all stunned. You have more time to worry about the objective, and your teammates can mow them down when they don't know what's happening. Just in case the Recon Drone wasn't overpowered enough, the sadists over at Activision decided to add one more attribute to it to make it even more powerful. They gave it 2 sets of flares. Yes, 2 sets of flares. I don't know what genius decided that this was a good idea to give it more flares than attack helicopters, about the same as a Pavlo or AC-130, but that means it's going to take 3 lock-on missiles to kill this little thing. I don't know where the flares are hiding at, but it has a lot of flares. When it comes to taking down the Recon Drone, I would highly recommend just shooting it with your assault rifles or submachine guns. Unfortunately, this thing has about 200-250 health, maybe double, triple the health that a normal person has, and it's always going to be far away from you, so your guns are always going to do minimum damage. It's a very small target, it flies around very fast. You're going to have 2 or 3 of your teammates burn a clip on it unless you're really close, but it's worth it to take this thing down very quickly because it can rape your team if you let it tag everybody. Now let's talk about the handful of bad things about the Recon Drone. First of all, it only lasts for 60 seconds. That means you've got 60 seconds to get to tagging, and you better tag your heart out, because at the end of that 60 seconds it disappears and you don't get it back. It's not a long-lived kill streak like the assault drone or some of the more long-lived turrets. It has a built-in altitude limit. You can only fly so high before your screen gets fuzzy and it kind of fizzles out. This is not a preset height. This is different for every single map. So once you go too high and it starts getting fizzy, you need to come back down because it'll die if you leave it up there too long. If some other kill streak flies over it, like if a helicopter or AC-130 flies directly over it, it gets disabled for some reason. You can take this out very easily by throwing one EMP grenade. It blows it up. If somebody knifes it once, it dies. The health is low, but it's hard to shoot. And that's really all the negative things about the Recon Drone. This is almost an overpowered kill streak. At the end of the day, I would highly recommend the Recon Drone to anybody running in a party. Even if it's only a 2- or 3-man party, one Recon Drone can vastly change a game by flashing the enemies, by allowing you to make call-outs, and tagging everybody on the map is extremely effective. In this game, I've been playing with MW3. He's another commentator. His description is down there in the channel if you want to check it out. And I know that he's a really good player. I know that he's a better player than me. At least at pub stomping and competitive, we'll find out in the next Call of Community. But he gets much higher scores than me. He's the designated slayer on my team. He kills people, I deal with objectives, and I know that if anybody's going to get a MOAB in this game, it's him. So I got online with MW3 and I'm like, look, 3 or 4 games, we're going to get you a MOAB. And it took about 5 games actually, but running the Recon Drone made it very, very easy for him to get a MOAB. We managed to get a MOAB in about 45 minutes. Here it is. But if you want to be a good teammate and help your friends get MOABs, this is a kill streak that I would very highly recommend. Well guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned something useful. In the next episode, I think I'm finally going to move on to doing Dead Man's Hand and some of the other explosives that you guys want to know about. But right now, I'd like to tell you about something that Gamma Labs is running. I'm sponsored by Gamma Labs, which is an up-and-coming energy drink company, and right now they're in their phase where they want to get people to try their product. Because if you don't know anything about marketing, the hardest thing about a new product is just getting people to try it, no matter what. So they're running a lot of deals and promotions, and since I'm their brand ambassador, they want me to promote a bunch of stuff. They've got something on Facebook that's a buy one get one free for this weekend only, which means like as soon as this video is posted plus 1 day, if you buy a tub of this stuff, which is 40 servings of energy drink, then you get a box of placement orientation, a box of this stuff, which is 20 servings, so for free. So it's kind of like a 33% off deal, and I think you can combine it with my coupon code for another 15% off. So it's closer to a 40-50% off on Gamma Labs. It's only on their Facebook page. There's a link down there in the description, so check that out if you want to. If you don't want to buy anything, if you don't want to have your money, if you feel like I'm being a douchebag and promoting stuff, then just go on there and say Drifter is awesome. I used to have cancer, but the pure sexiness of his voice cured me. Or I was in an orphanage when Katrina hit, but Drifter carried me out on his back, carrying the whole orphanage. He swam the whole way to safety. Or I once fell into a volcano, but then Drifter farted and all the lava froze. Just something really cool that makes me look like an awesome person, And I get a lot of questions in my inbox about what kind of headset I use. Like, what kind of headset do you use to record commentary with? And this headset right here, if I can get close enough, is a cheap $9 Logitech headset that I got at Walmart about a year or two ago. I mean, this is the cheapest of the cheap. It doesn't run on USB. It runs on these old, I don't want to unplug it while I'm doing the voice. It runs on these old analog pins. Actually, I'll really crash some shit if I unplug it while I'm doing the voice here. But it's really, really cheap. It crackles a lot if you hear this, because I've stepped on it a few times. The microphone cover slipped off. This is an old Xbox mic cover that I've obviously ripped off and stuck on here. I use this because it's such a simple device. It records pure analog voice. You get the richness of the quality. Unfortunately, a lot of new microphones that you buy, they're kind of optimized for VoIP, like for Skype or something, so they compress voice and compress data, or they have it designed where the voice doesn't top out, where it doesn't go like really, really high, or it doesn't go too low either, and it's kind of annoying, and some of them buzz. I have like a whole graveyard of mics over here on my hand over on the left of my computer. Like, I have a Creative Fatality mic, I have other Logitech mics, I have webcam mics. I bought a new mic the other day at the thrift store, which obviously didn't work. It was a thrift mic, and I'm just waiting on Astro, which is supposed to be sponsoring me, to send in my new microphones, because those are supposed to be cool. So I hope I'll be able to do a re-review on my microphone later. But you got to remember, it's not about the brand of the microphone, or it's not really about the brand of anything. It's about what you get out of it at the end of the day. It's about the quality that you receive from the product. And at the end of the day, my cheap $9 Logitech microphone that has been stepped on, and I'm probably going to have to duct tape it soon, doesn't even have a pop filter, does better audio quality than all the other microphones in my house. And I guess that's the end of this episode / vlog. Drifter out.